There is an onion that does not wait to be planted. It grows bulbils at the top of its stem, tiny new onion bulbs that weigh down the stalk, tip it toward the ground, and plant themselves. The onion literally walks across the garden, a few feet every year, in whatever direction it chooses, leaving a trail of new plants behind it. The plant is called the walking onion. Scientific name, Allium proliferum, also known as the Egyptian walking onion, the tree onion, and the topset onion. And it does something that no other onion on earth does. It propagates itself, continuously, without any human involvement, forever. Plant it once, just once, and it will still be producing onions in that same garden, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, without a single additional planting, without buying seeds or sets again, without any intervention at all. By the end of this video, the walking onion will be the most compelling addition to any perennial garden that has ever been considered, because nothing else in horticulture walks, multiplies, and feeds all at the same time. Every spring, millions of American gardeners buy onion sets or starts. They plant them, they water them, they wait all season, they harvest in late summer, and then, the following spring, they do the entire thing again. Buy, plant, wait, harvest, repeat, every single year. For as long as onions are wanted, walking onion completely breaks this cycle. It is a perennial. It overwinters in the ground, in zones 3 through 9. It comes back every spring from its bulbs, without replanting. And while it grows, it produces food from two completely different parts of the plant, simultaneously. The underground bulbs, which grow in clusters similar to shallots, are edible, mild, complex, with a flavor somewhere between a regular onion and a shallot. The green tops, which grow throughout spring, summer, and autumn, are edible at any point, used exactly like green onions or chives. And then, at the top of the stem, the topset bulbils form, which are edible themselves, and also the mechanism by which the plant walks and multiplies. One planting produces 3 entirely different harvests from the same plant at the same time. Underground bulbs, green tops, topset bulbils. The walking onion is not just an onion. It is an entire onion system that runs itself. The walking onion has a surprisingly rich history. Allium proliferum has been cultivated in Europe and Asia for centuries. The exact origin is debated among botanists, with evidence suggesting it may be a hybrid between common onion Allium cepa and Welsh onion Allium fistulosum that occurred in cultivation and then naturalized into a stable, self-reproducing form. It was well established in European kitchen gardens by the 18th century, valued precisely for its perennial nature and its self-propagating habit. American colonists brought it with them, and it was a common fixture in kitchen gardens across the eastern United States through the 19th century. Old homestead sites across Appalachia and the rural Midwest still have naturalized walking onion patches, growing untended for 100 years or more, after the farmhouses they once supplied have long since disappeared. The Egyptian connection in its common name is somewhat mysterious. No definitive evidence places the origin in Egypt, and most botanical historians believe the Egyptian designation was a colloquial reference to its exotic or unusual character, rather than a genuine geographic origin. What is certain is that the plant has been valued wherever it has grown, for its extraordinary combination of productivity and complete self-sufficiency. The walking mechanism itself is one of the most fascinating self-propagation strategies in the plant kingdom. As the topset bulbils develop and grow heavier, the stem bends under their weight until the bulbils touch the ground, often a foot or more from the parent plant. The bulbils root into the soil at the point of contact, and the following season, a new cluster of plants grows from that point. Each of those new plants produces its own topsets the following year, and the process repeats. A single walking onion planting, left undisturbed, can colonize a significant area of garden over several years. Now here is the detail that makes walking onion genuinely extraordinary compared to any other onion variety. The top-set bulbils, the small onions that form at the top of the stem, are not just the propagation mechanism. They are the most intensely flavored part of the entire plant. Small, concentrated, with a sharp pungency and complexity that exceeds the underground bulbs. They can be used whole in cooking, pickled, preserved in oil and vinegar, or eaten raw. Traditional European preservation recipes specifically feature walking onion top sets, pickled in brine with herbs, as one of the most intensely flavored condiments achievable from a home garden. The underground bulbs multiply as well. Each planted bulb produces a cluster of offsets over the growing season, similar to shallots. These offsets can be harvested and eaten, or divided and replanted to expand the patch. A single walking onion plant, after 3 to 4 years of undisturbed growth, becomes a dense productive clump, generating multiple harvests throughout the entire growing season, from late spring through late autumn. The scientific interest in allium species, including walking onion, centers on their organosulfur compounds. These compounds, including allicin and related molecules, are responsible for the characteristic flavor of all onions and garlic, and have been extensively studied for their biological properties. Published research has documented antimicrobial activity, cardiovascular benefits, including blood pressure and cholesterol effects, anti-inflammatory properties, and prebiotic effects supporting beneficial gut bacteria. The scientific literature on allium organosulfur compounds is among the most extensive of any food plant compound class. Walking onion, as a member of this genus, shares these properties with all alliums, but delivers them from a plant that requires no annual replanting and manages its own propagation entirely. Walking onion is also an excellent source of vitamin C, vitamin K, folate, and several B vitamins. The green tops, which are available for harvest for much of the growing season, are particularly rich in vitamin C and vitamin K. Eating the green tops regularly throughout the season provides a consistent stream of micronutrients from a plant that is essentially doing all the work itself. Walking onion is one of the most genuinely low-maintenance food plants available to American gardeners. Once established, it requires almost no intervention. It handles its own propagation. It overwinters without protection in zones 3 through 9. It tolerates a wide range of soil conditions, from sandy to clay, preferring well-draining soil but managing in most garden conditions. It tolerates partial shade, though full sun produces the best yield of underground bulbs. To establish a walking onion patch, obtain top-set bulbils or underground sets from a specialty nursery or seed company. Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds carries walking onion. Strictly Medicinal Seeds lists it. Various online heirloom vegetable suppliers carry it. Plant bulbils or sets in early spring or autumn. 1 inch deep, 6 inches apart. Water consistently until established. After the first season, the patch largely manages itself. The green tops can be harvested by cutting, like chives, from early spring through autumn. Never harvest more than 1/3 of the green growth at once to maintain the plant's vigor. The underground bulbs are best harvested in autumn, when the tops begin to die back. Dig the entire clump, use what is needed, and replant the smaller offsets to continue the patch. The top-set bulbils are harvested in late summer, when they are plump and well-formed, before the stem tips to the ground. Walking onion, a perennial onion that literally plants itself. Cold hardy to zone 3. Produces underground bulbs, edible green tops, and intensely flavored top-set bulbils, all from the same plant, simultaneously. Walks and multiplies across the garden indefinitely, without any human input, and almost completely unknown to modern American gardeners, despite growing on abandoned homestead sites across the eastern United States for over 100 years without anyone tending them. Drop walking in the comments if this is the most unusual propagation strategy ever encountered in a food plant. And if a walking onion patch is already growing somewhere, tell us where it is in the comments. Let's find every abandoned homestead patch still walking across America. Subscribe to Famine Plant Secrets for extraordinary forgotten plants every single week.